Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Friday, May 24th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $, ORION or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got some Mariner baseball here this Friday afternoon. The Seattle Mariners versus the Washington Nationals. First pitch will be here in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to cue up the music. We'll take a look at the thumb, and then we'll get into the starting lineups. Happy Friday, y'all. Let's get it, baby. All right, baby. And on the thumb, we got Julio Rodriguez on the left. And on the right, we got Luis Garcia Jr. Let's get into the starting lineups for your visiting Seattle Mariners first. Leading off for the Mariners, playing shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, JP. Batting in the two-hole for one of the first times in 2024, third baseman, Demo Dylan Moore. Batting third, DHing tonight for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, catching tonight for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting fifth, playing first base, Ty France. Batting sixth, playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. And since Julio hasn't been playing up to par, I feel that this is a little bit of a punishment. And again, if you're not, hitting well, you can't be hitting 1, 2, 3, or 4. So hopefully this will motivate Julio to get some hits and possibly get his third home run of the year by batting in the sixth hole. Batting seventh and playing right field, Mitch Haniger. Batting eighth and playing second base, Jorge Polanco. And just being called up today from AAA, welcome back. One of my favorite players in the minor leagues that got called up, who helped us get the win streak started against the Cincinnati Reds a few weeks back. Batting ninth, playing left field. Welcome back, Jonathan Clase. Hell yeah, let's go. And on the mound for the Mariners, George Kirby. George has got a 4-4 record with an ERA of 3.99. Yeah, he does have a little bit of an injury to that right knee, but hopefully it won't bother him too much tonight. Now let's get into the starting lineup for the Washington Nationals. Leading off for the Nats, playing shortstop, C.J. Abrams. Batting second, playing right field, Eddie Rosario. Batting third, DHing tonight for Washington, Joey Meneses. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, playing second base, Luis Garcia Jr. Batting fifth, the former Mariner, left fielder, Jesse Winker. Batting sixth, catching tonight for the Nationals, Hebert Ruiz. Batting seventh, playing third base, Nick Senzel. Batting eighth, playing first base for the Nats, Joey Gallo. And batting ninth, playing center field, Jacob Young. And on the mound for the Nats, Mackenzie Gore with a 2-4 record with an ERA of 3.30. Let's go Mariners. And I ended up kind of taking a peek ahead of looking ahead in the schedule. The Mariners have the easiest schedule out of all 30 teams on the rest of the way out. So it's been pretty tough. We won 1 game out of 3 against the Baltimore Orioles. We played the Yankees in a 4-game set and surprisingly won the first 2 games, but then we dropped the last 2. This is a 3-game set, so hopefully we win 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3. And then we start a series starting Monday against one of our rivals, the Houston Astros. Let's go, baby. I'm ready. Daniel in the building. What's good? Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Let's get it, baby. First pitch will be here in just a couple of minutes. And like I mentioned in every stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. You know, addiction, depression, anxiety, these are a lot of things that a lot of people across the globe are going through and battling on a daily basis. But if you can make some positive changes to your daily routine, and if you don't have a routine, get one. And if you can stay positive with it and hold yourself accountable, eat a little bit better, exercise, spend time with pets, family, and friends, making sure that you're doing the right things to win the day, you'll be able to accomplish those goals. Big facts. I'm ready. Let's get it, baby. Best part about this lineup right now is that Scott Service, ended up rewarding Demo by sliding him up all the way to the 2-hole, which is normally Julio's spot. When he was a rookie, he led off in the 1-hole. But for a majority of his career so far, in year 2 and 3, he's been sitting right here in the 2-hole. But again, Demo has been hot. He deserves to be there to be able to help guys drive in some runs. And Julio gets down to one of the lowest batting numbers he's ever been at. But hell, they've even had Corbin Carroll on the Diamondbacks batting 7th, 8th, or 9th. So even though you may be a superstar and we feel that you have underachieved this year, it's still possible for you to turn into a Hall of Fame player. It's still early in your career. But at times, you can't be babied. Right? You can't be catered to. You can't get any special treatment just because you're J-Rod and you're Julio Rodriguez. So I like the move by Scott Service on sliding down Julio in the 6-hole, and hopefully that'll help out France, who's obviously in the 5-hole, Haniger, obviously in the 7-hole, and then especially Polanco and Clase in the 8 and the 9-hole. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of our bats to kind of heat up in the bottom end of the lineup. Let's go. I'm looking for Jonathan Clase, first game back after being sent back down to AAA for pretty much no damn reason. They sent him down to make room, for Sam Haggerty. Sam Haggerty ended up playing a few games, got sent back down to AAA himself, and then ended up tearing his Achilles. I hope that he ends up getting better and rest up quick, Sam Haggerty. But I'm really happy that we got Jonathan Clase back on the main roster. Let's go. Trident's up. Let's get it, baby. $11 home runs, 28 ribbies, and 24 runs. Cal Raleigh has been the MVP for the Mariners, baby. Let's go. I like what Demo has been doing. I like what Luke Raley has been doing. All right. I like what Cal Raleigh has been doing. Logan Gilbert for the first part of the season was good. Last 3 starts have been a little shaky. So right now, today, the people that I feel comfortable with, Brian Wu, that's probably the only pitcher I feel comfortable with right now. Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Bryce Miller, Logan Gilbert. They got to prove to me they can get back to where they were earlier in the season. Right now, Brian Wu is electric, so I'm happy that we have him in the 5-hole. And then again, as far as hitters right now, Demo, fantastic. All right, we already know the story about Demo, not getting a whole lot of playing time, but stepping up. Hollywood, Josh Rojas, love what he's been doing this season as well. And then Luke Raley, let's go. Nice to be able to, see what he's been doing as of late. But we got no Luke Raley and no Josh Rojas in the lineup tonight, but we may see them pinch hit later in the game. I hope so. We need runs. All right, here we go. Leading off for the Mariners, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. And again, on the mound is Mackenzie Gore with a 2-4 record and a 3.30 ERA. Let's go, Mariners. Happy Friday, y'all. Tony in the building. What's good, brother? Like, sub, donate, comment, share. JP, there it goes. Back, and it's gone, baby. All the way into the second row. There we go. Trident's up. Fucking A, baby. Let's go. JP's first at bat. Let's go. First run for the game. JP Crawford. I fucking love it. Yes, baby. 1-0 Mariners. Fuck yeah. Get those fingers out, baby. Pistol fingers. Next up, third baseman, Demo Dylan Moore. Let's go. Fuck yeah, Trident's up. That's the start that we needed. Let's go. Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. 1-0 Mariners. Hell yeah. Next up in the box, who's been hot as of late, third baseman, Dylan Moore. 248 average, 6 home runs, 19 ribbies with an OPS of 863. Bring that electricity to the lineup just like J.P. Crawford just did. Nice job, J.P. Let's go, Demo. Gore on the mound. Demo in the box. Top of the first, 1-0 Mariners. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Demo. Hit down. Mackenzie Gore with a nice K there. First K of the night for Gore. Next up for the Mariners, DHing tonight for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Let's go, Mitch. Stopper towards first. Got him. 2 away. Next up for the Mariners, the MVP for us so far this season, big dumper catcher Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Go, baby. First pitch to Cal. Pitch is low and outside. 1-0 count. Big swing and a miss. Big rip there by Cal, batting right-handed. 1-1 count. Come on, Cal. Eric lost his parlay. Should have consulted your boy. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Gore wheeling and dealing. 98 miles an hour on that last pitch. Come on, Cal. Ninth season as the Mariners manager, Scott Service. Cal popped up to Jesse Winker, the former Mariner, and he's got it. Go to the bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Seattle. Thank God J.P. Crawford getting going early. And on the mound for the Mariners with a 4-4 record, 3.99 ERA, George Kirby. Let's go, George. You've been struggling as of late. I haven't been able to trust you. Hopefully the trust get back tonight. Let's go. Leading off for the Nationals, shortstop C.J. Abrams. Batting second, the former Brave right fielder Eddie Rosario. And batting third, DHing for the Nats, Joey Meneses. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We'll try to get to 20 likes, 20 to 30. And then obviously we try to hit 100 on the dono goal every single stream. Thank you to all the people that have smashed the like button yet so far. And shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube as well. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Mariners. First pitch from Kirby to Abrams, pops it up. Routine play for the Mariners, one away. Sorry, CJ. Next up for the Nats, the former Atlanta Brave right fielder Eddie Rosario. Pitch in the zone for a strike. 0-1 count. Come on, George. Try to get 8 to 10 Ks tonight, baby. Go, baby. Right heads up. J.P. Crawford with a home run in the top of the first. It's exactly what you want to see. And I like the move by Scott Service on punishing Julio and putting him in the 6-hole. You know, he hasn't really been very good this season. You know, he's been making errors in the outfield on ground balls. He's been getting caught out, stolen bags, and trying to steal. Not really reading, the base paths and the strategy as much as he should. Because normally running the bags and stealing bases is something that he's usually really good at. Been a little bit of a liability in the outfield. I mean, he can still rob home runs, but it seems like when it ends up being like a ground ball in the outfield, he kind of fumbles the bag once in a while. And he's only at 2 home runs so far for the season, but the hitting has been a little bit better. Singles, doubles, triples. Get to first. Got him. But hopefully it'll start to get a better for Julio as we get into the summer months. Rosario grounds out. 2 away. Next up for the Nationals, DHing for Washington, Joey Meneses. Go M's. Right heads up. Pitch is outside. 1-0 count. Come on, George. One 0 pitch. Top foul by Meneses. 1-1 count. One pitch from Kirby. Chop foul again. Behind in the count. 1-2. Let's go, baby. Smoke them. Meneses, 234 average, 2 home runs, 24 ribbies with an OPS of 599 this season in 2024. One-two pitch from Kirby to Meneses. Got him. There we go. Nice job, George. There we go, baby. Mariner Moose comes out for that one. First K. Let's keep it moving. Nice job. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman Ty France. Batting in the 6th hole, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Tridents up. Let's get that 3rd home run of the season tonight. And batting 3rd, right fielder Mitch Haniger. Let's go, baby. So far, 1K for Gore, 1K for Kirby. Keeping pace. Let's go, Ty. In the box for the Mariners, first baseman Ty France. Top of the 2nd, 1-0 Mariners with a J.P. Crawford solo dinger in the 1st to give us the 1-0 lead if you're just tuning in. You don't really get a whole lot of hits and runs early, so fantastic to see. Little chopper, foul. Behind in the count, 0-2. Come on, Ty. O2 pitch. Got him. Big swing and a miss. There goes Ty France. 1 away. We're not haters here, so we're going to make sure we're going to give the proper love and due diligence to the other team and other star players when they end up doing something nice. Nice K there for Mackenzie Gore. 2-4 record with a 3.30 ERA with his 2nd K of the game. Julio swings at the first pitch. Easy routine out to Jesse Winker. 2 away. Julio. There's a reason why you're in the 6th hole, my guy. Take your time out there, my guy. Next up, right fielder Mitch Haniger. Nice little Jesse Winker, Julio Rodriguez communication there. Jesse Winker threw up the no-fly zone. Obviously, former teammate of Julio and former Seattle Mariner, Jesse Winker there in left field. Top of the 2nd, 1-0 Mariners. First pitch to Mitch Haniger. Inside for a strike, 0-1 count. Mitch is averaging 214, 6 home runs, 23 ribbies, and an OPS of 634 in 2024. Let's go, Miach. Mitch is outside, 1-1 count. Come on, baby, we need you. One pitch from Gore to Haniger. Pitch is just outside of the zone, a little high, 2-1 count. Let's go, Mitch. 2-1 pitch. There we go. Run it out. There we go. Nice effort by Mitch Haniger to run it out at first, and he is safe. There we go. Little dribbler towards third, runs full speed, and you get rewarded by running full speed. Senzel couldn't really get enough control on that throw, and Haniger runs it out. There we go. Nice job, Mitch. I like it. Next up for the Mariners, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Come on, Jorge. Pitch is outside, 1-0 count. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. It'll help us out with the analytics and the algorithm. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Pitch is inside for a strike, 1-1 count. Come on, baby. This is the best record the Mariners have had this early in the season, and us being in first place since 2003. Fucking 2024. So it shows you how long it's really been. And we haven't been able to hit. You know, we're bottom 10 in hitting, and we're still first place over the Rangers and the Astros. So it feels really good, you know, that knowing the pitching was hot. It hasn't been as good as of late. Big swing and a miss, punch out to Polanco. But again, there's a lot of room for improvement on the pitching and hitting. With that all being said, we're still first place with a 27-24 record in the American League West. Let's go. See who's up next here in the bottom of the second for the Washington Nationals. Due up for the Nats, second baseman, batting cleanup, Luis Garcia Jr. Batting second this inning in the 5-hole, former Mariner left fielder Jesse Winker. And batting third, catching tonight for the Nats, Keibert Ruiz. Let's go, Ems. And if you're just tuning in, score is 1-0. JP Crawford homer to center, 399 feet in the top of the first. Let's go. Take a quick look at the stat line comparison between pitchers. So far, George Kirby, 1 inning pitch, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 1 K. And then as we go to Mackenzie Gore, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 Ks. Will it be a pitching duel? We'll find out. Due up for the Nats, second baseman, Luis Garcia Jr. Let's go, Mams. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Seattle. First pitch from Kirby to Garcia Jr. Pitches outside, 1-0 count. Garcia batting .280 so far this season, 4 home runs, 23 ribbies in this 2024 season. Kirby, chopper, Right behind the ump. Foul. 1-1 count. Go, George. I want to be able to have confidence in some of the other pitchers. Castillo, hit or miss. Kirby and Miller, hit or miss. And right now, Wu has been fantastic. Gilbert's number 2, but we need more consistency. Let's go. 1-1 pitch from Kirby. Chopper, routine play. Throw to first. 1 away. Nice job, JP. The throw to tie. 1 away. Next up for the Nationals, former Seattle Mariner left fielder Jesse Winker. And Winker's got some friendships, on the Seattle Mariner team. He probably doesn't keep in touch with a lot of the guys, but I imagine a few. Bottom of the second, 1-0, Mariners. Pitch is in the zone for a strike, 0-1 count. Popped up. Jonathan Clase's got it. There we go. 2 away. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. And again, if you got a Twitter/X account, do your boy a solid and like and retweet the live stream there. That'll help us get more people here in the room. Next up for the Nationals, catcher Keibert Ruiz. First pitch to Keibert. Fastball's high, 1-0 count. Pitch is low, into the dirt, 2-0 count. Come on, George. 157 average, 2 homers, 8 ribbies so far this season for Keibert Ruiz. 2-0 pitch. Popped up. Routine play to Mitch Haniger, and he's got it. 3 up and 3 down. End of the second inning. Let's go to the top of the third. See who's due up here for the Seattle Mariners. All right, just freshly called up today from AAA, who ended up making his debut against the Cincinnati Reds, played fantastic, then got sent down a few weeks later. Glad that he is back. Left fielder in the 9-hole, Jonathan Clase. Let's go, Jonathan. Batting second this inning, 1-for-1 with a run, RBI, a solo dinger in the first. J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. And batting third this inning, 0-for-1 with a K. Third baseman, Demo Dylan Moore. Go M's. Megan in the building. How are you? Thank you for liking and retweeting the post on there. Appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. How are you feeling today? You feeling a little bit better? Are you still feeling a little under the weather? Hope you're feeling better. Now in the top of the third, 1-0 Mariners. And if you're just tuning in, J.P. Crawford in the top of the first, leading off first in the order, hit a solo dinger to give us a 1-0 lead. And we usually don't get a whole lot of hits and runs early, so it feels good to have this lead. The Nationals are not a very good team. They're not like the Orioles and Yankees, the two teams that we played recently where we won 1 game out of 3 against Baltimore, 2 out of 4, split the series with New York. So there is a good opportunity, hopefully, to win 2 out of 3 or to sweep the Washington Nationals. Jonathan Clase pops up. Routine play for Winker. 1 away. Come on, Clase. Next up for the Mariners, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Pitches outside, 1-0 count in the top of the third. Well, I'll pray for you, and I hope things get better for you. 210 average, 3 home runs, 10 ribbies in 2024. JP missed a lot of time with an injury, just came back into the lineup recently, so hopefully he'll start to, keep this hot streak going. Top of the third, 1-0 Seattle. 1-1 pitch to JP right down the middle for a strike. 1-2 count. One-two pitch. And that's a little in the zone, but they punch him out. Nice K there by Gore. 2 away. Next up for the Mariners, third baseman, Demo Dylan Moore. 0 for 1 with a K at his first at bat. Let's go, Demo. Pitches outside, 1-0 count. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Demo pops up and goes just foul. We're at 10 likes. We need 10 more to go to hit the goal. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. That'll get us closer to us hitting the goal. Yeah, no worries. I understand. Some things have to be kept, to yourself, regardless if it's work or personal. Totally understand. 1-1 pitch. Jams Demo Dylan Moore in the hands there. Pop foul. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. Demo batting .246, 6 home runs, and 19 ribbies. Him and Rayleigh and a few others have definitely been stepping up for the Mariners as of late. And hopefully we get a little bit of Luke Rayleigh and Josh Rojas at some point in this game, maybe pinch hitting later on. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is high and outside. 3-2 count. Count is full. Come on, Demo. 3-2 pitch. And that one goes foul back into about the 15th row. Great souvenir for a fan there. Come on, Demo. Top of the third, 1-0 Seattle. 3-2 pitch. Demore pitches inside, and he walked him. Hell yeah. We'll take that. Demo to first. Next up for the Mariners, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Let's go, Miach. Bring that electricity to the lineup, baby. Let's go. There we go. Demo with a stolen bag. Demo, 7 for 8 this season in stolen bases. Nice job to get the runner in scoring position here with no outs. I love it. Let's go, baby. Let's go, M's. Oh, 1 pitch to Garver. Big swing and a miss. Big rip. Behind in the count, 0-2. Come on, Mitch. Focus. Go, baby. Since 2005 versus the Mariners, the Nats are 16-6. Wow, that's crazy. 8-3 record at home. But the Nats aren't very good this year, so we definitely can beat on them a little bit. Pitches low and into the dirt, off the catcher's mask, 1-2 count. 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first for Mitch Garver. Work the count, Mitch. 1-2 pitch from Gore to Garver. Pitch is inside. Good eye by Garv by not swinging right there. 2-2 count. Keep working the count, baby. Two-two pitch from Gore to Garver. Big swing and a miss and got him. Nice job by Gore. We'll go over his stat line here in a second. We're not haters here. We're going to make sure we give the proper love to the opposing pitchers when they do well. All right, Mackenzie Gore, you're doing better than George Kirby so far. What do you got? 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk. Obviously, he gave up the homer. I get that. But he's got 5 Ks so far, so he's definitely pacing well. Pacing for 10. He's got a 2-4 record with an ERA of 3.30. And again, yes, I know he gave up the solo dinger to JP with the 1-0 lead for the Mariners. He's got 5 Ks, so he is wheeling and dealing. And as far as George Kirby is concerned, just like the other Mariner pitchers, not named Brian Wu, not really 100% with his knee, and it shows. 2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 1 K. But again, normally when George is wheeling and dealing, he would already have 3, 4, 5, 6 Ks at this point. But as long as we get some easy outs, so be it. Let's go. Let's see who's up here for the Nationals. Next up for Washington, third baseman Nick Senzel. Batting second this inning, first baseman Joey Gallo. And batting third, center fielder Jacob Young. Let's go Mariners. And like I mentioned on the stream multiple times, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. Addiction, depression, anxiety. A lot of people go through these struggles on the daily. So make sure that you're making those minor adjustments to your daily routine to make sure that you can win the day. Exercise, eat a little bit better, listen to music, hang out with friends, spend time with pets. You'd be really surprised if you make a few minor adjustments to your daily routine, you can end up winning the day. Big facts. Let's go, Ems. Go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Mariners. And if you're just tuning in, JP Crawford with a solo dinger in the top of the first to give us the 1-0 lead. Kirby, first pitch to Senzel, pitches high, 1-0 count. Go, George. Senzel, lined out. Right to Jorge Polanco, 1 away. Not today, Senzel. Next up for the Nats, first baseman Joey Gallo. Gallo chopped towards first base. Little flip to first to Kirby, 2 away. Next up for the Nationals, center fielder Jacob Young. Pitch right down the middle to Jacob Young for a strike. 0-1 count. Let's go, George. 275 average, 0 homers, 11 ribbies for Jacob Young. OPS of 667. No, you're okay. All right. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Seattle. 2 outs, 1-2 pitch to Young from Kirby. 1-2 pitch. Chopper, Polanco to France. 3 up and 3 down. It's been very methodical here. Not a whole lot for the Nats. No hits yet for them. Let's see who's due up here in the top of the fourth for the Seattle Mariners. Game's going by very fast. Already halfway through the game. It's only 45 minutes. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1. Catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a K. First baseman, Ty France. And batting third in the 6th hole, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Trident's up. Let's get it, baby. Appreciate all the people that have been supporting by smashing that like button. And if you haven't done it yet, please do. We're at 11. We got 9 more to go to hit the goal. All right, let's go, Cal. Go, baby. Top of the fourth, 1-0 Mariners. Flex in the building. What's good? Nice little JP Crawford homer in the top of the first. Nice to be able to get something early on. And so far, we have been blanking the Nats. And again, 1 win out of 3 against Baltimore, 2 out of 4 against the Yankees, and that's what we were shooting for. I don't think we anticipated winning the first 2, though. Dropped the last few like we figured. And this team is not very good, but we can't take them for granted. So as long as we play Mariner baseball, we can sweep this team. But again, realistically, maybe go 2 for 3, but if we're lucky, we'll be able to sweep them if we can get good pitching and good hitting against these Washington Nationals. And then we're going to go into a tough series against the Houston Astros that have crept up all the way to 3rd place in the American League West. We kind of written them off, and now they've already passed the Angels and the A's, going from last place and 5th. Now they're in 3rd. So it looks like, you know, as the season goes along, it'll be a 3-team race, and then eventually it'll be a 2-team race between us and the Texas Rangers, we would think. Chop foul, 0-1 count. Now 0-2 to Ty France. Yeah, JP Crawford on like the second pitch, and it only went to like the first, second row. Barely, you know, went over the wall, but it went into like the first or second row. Bounced in the first row. I think a guy and his son got the ball in the second row by leaning over. But hey, we'll take it. Doesn't matter how far back it goes, you know, 25 rows back, second, third deck, or if it just barely goes over the wall. As long as it goes over the wall, it's a homer, and we'll take it. And we usually don't score runs early, so it kind of felt good to get that going early. And hopefully we can keep that trend going. Pitch is inside, almost hit Ty France on the shoe, on the top of the foot. 2-2 count. And a lot of grounders and pop-ups for George Kirby. Not pitching necessarily as good. as the Nats, but we'll take it. There you go. Ty France got him. Mackenzie Gore. I mean, he did give up that home run to J.P. Crawford, but since then, right, 3.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Kirby's only at 1 K, but he's gotten a lot of pop-ups and grounders. And if that's the case, I'll take that. It's always nice when you can get 10 Ks, but again, if you end up giving up a home run and you're down 1-0, it is what it is. I always want to see our guys, get as many as possible. But again, sometimes you'll have games where your starting pitcher only gets 1 to 4 Ks, but they have a lot of easy outs. And if you can win that way, so be it. And we got Julio in the 6th hole for the very first time this season, and I like it. Sometimes you got to punish your players if they're not producing. Put Demo in the 2 hole. He's been doing well, right? And Julio slides down to the 6 hole. But again, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Hopefully Julio, doesn't have this huge ego where he's like butthurt that he's in the 6 hole. I think he understands, with a big swing and a miss there, 2-1 count, you need to improve. And this will help the lower part of the lineup and maybe just changing him around instead of just being in that locked-in 2 spot the whole season, that this will motivate him. 2-2 count to Julio Rodriguez. And we got Jonathan Clase back up from AAA. Really happy about that. Should have never got sent down, but again, there could have been someone else that they sent down for Sam Haggerty, but lo and behold, Haggerty gets a Achilles tear, once he goes to AAA from the Mariners, and Clase is back. Julio popped up to right field. Routine play for the Nats. Been pretty routine here so far. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Mariners. And again, Corbin Carroll, is a superstar stud, right? And we saw what he was able to do, for the Arizona Diamondbacks last year when they got hot, just like the previous year with the Philadelphia Phillies. And I've seen Corbin Carroll, bat anywhere from the top of the order all the way down to like 7, 8, 9 hole. So again, you can still be a guy that potentially could be like a Hall of Fame all-star player. And again, if they feel that they need to be able to move guys around strategy-wise, so be it. And sometimes you can motivate guys, and again, if you're not playing well, why are you still in the 1, 2, 3, or 4 hole? You got to slide guys down and reward guys that have been batting 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and have them move up in the order to see if we can maybe get some runs, because based on Julio in the 2 hole this year, it hasn't been pretty. He's been able to connect and he's been able to see the ball a little bit better than the beginning of the year, but still, he doesn't have the home run power. Running the bags, maybe not as focused. He's had a couple of errors in the outfield, obviously off grounders, but if it's in the air, he's been fantastic. He's been robbing home runs, climbing the wall. We just need to have him gain his confidence and maybe to work a little bit harder, when we're not playing these games. What you do, off the field will correlate what you do on the field. So hopefully, he understands that. Robo umpires, I wouldn't be surprised if we have robo umpires at some point, but again, you're still going to have umpires on the field. But again, at some point in baseball, it is possible that they get rid of the umpire behind the plate, and then they have a robo umpire there calling, strikes and balls based off the strike zone. But then you'll still have, the first base, third base. You're still going to have umpires at the game, but they might eliminate the guy behind the plate at some point. But I don't assume it'll be anytime that soon, or they'll, have the umpire behind the plate with the robo stats, and then they can go and, kind of look and compare, what the pitch was called by the ump, and then look behind, on the board and see what the robo ump called on that particular pitch. Next up for the Nationals, C.J. Abrams, 0 for 1 with a pop-up earlier in the matchup. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. Abrams chops it foul. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We want to try to get to 20. I think we're at 10 or 11 now. We got a military sailor out there that got that foul ball by C.J. Abrams. Gives his other, friend there in the military a nice little hug. either from the National Guard or the Navy there. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to be able to motivate players in different ways, right? And again, sometimes by sliding guys up and down in the lineup, some guys take it personal. You know, it's an ego thing. But again, if you're a real team player, it shouldn't fucking matter, you know? And again, you know, if anyone is going to bitch or complain, I don't think Julio would be dumb enough to be like, why am I in the 6 hole? Well, you're not playing well, you know? That's why. And again, it might be able to help out the other guys in the lineup, you know, before him and after him on the bottom half of the order. So. And like you mentioned, Rob Thompson putting Trey Turner in the 6, and he started hitting. So less pressure instead of being at the top of the order. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Mariners with a J.P. Crawford solo dinger in the first inning. Abrams to Jonathan Clase off a one bounce. Nice single there by Abrams to get their first hit of the day. It's like the Mariners having to wait 4 innings to get the first hit of the fucking day. Nice job, CJ. Next up for the Nationals, the former Atlanta Brave right fielder, Eddie Rosario. Yeah. But like I told you, I always dig deep into the stats and morning games and early afternoon, and we have a horrendous record. You know, again, it's just like it's like your daily routine. You wake up and you drink coffee every day or an energy drink, and then imagine not having it, you know, and then just being a little flustered, knowing that you can be fine without it. But I think it's just like the mentality when you have a certain thing that you're used to and then you don't have it, then you kind of freak out more than you should. And then instead of just kind of toughing it out and working through it, you think about, damn, where's my coffee? And then you're not focusing at the job at hand. And I feel that, you know, whenever we play early, you know, or we're on the East Coast with the time zone, but this happens not only in the NFL with the Seahawks when they go to the East Coast, but it happens with the Mariners, the Blazers, or anybody here in the Pacific Northwest. We just don't really play well when we got to travel and we got to play in the morning based off the time zone difference. Hopefully one day we can play well in the morning and in the early afternoon. But I knew 100% we were going to get fucking blown out yesterday. And we lost 5-0. Judge homered again. Giancarlo Stanton homered. Castillo couldn't really do a whole lot, and we had only 3 hits for the day. And that's not good. Rosario, right to Julio. No fly zone, 1 away. Next up for the Nationals, DHing for the Nats, Joey Meneses. But I like the fact that I was, doing the digging and whatnot. And we got the easiest schedule out of all 30 teams. So we had a pretty difficult schedule early on, right? And we still are first place. And this is the first time that we've been in first place this late in the season since 2003. So again, as long as we take care of business, you know, we're going to have an excellent chance with the easiest, path out of all 30 teams. We have the easiest, opportunity to, easiest schedule moving forward. Now, we can't take that for granted. And another back-to-back hit there by Meneses. Abrams the second, Meneses to first. And now we got Luis Garcia Jr., one of their best players, up next. Don't lose this, Kirby. But we should be able to make the playoffs. We're going to have a great opportunity to get first place in the American League West. And for whatever reason, if we shit the bed, we still should finish in second over the Astros and make the playoffs as a wild card. Just leave the door open. Fine. No! Are you kidding me? And there goes a 3-run homer by Luis Garcia Jr. God damn, I put him on the thumb, And lo and behold, what happens? He ends up getting a 3-run jack over Jonathan Classe's head. Rosario, Meneses, and Garcia Jr. Golly. Well, there goes that. Next up, the former Mariner left fielder, Jesse Winker. Well, that's terrible. Fucking A, man. That sucks. And again, I can't trust Kirby. I can't trust Miller. I can't trust Castillo. I can only trust Brian Wu. And Logan Gilbert hasn't really been very good the last 2 to 3 starts, but I still trust him. That's tough. You know, when you got one guy you trust, one guy that was the best pitcher out of the 5, you know, all season until the last 3 starts. So hopefully he gets back on pace. And then now with Kirby, Miller, and Castillo, they're big names, but they're very hit or miss. They're either really, really good or really, really bad. And that was tough. And all 3 hits came back to back to back. Single, and 3-run homer. Fucking A, man. Next up, Jesse Winker. Him and Julio have had some conversations, obviously being the former Mariner there. Fucking A, man. I got to stop putting guys on the thumb that I know that are going to do good. Yeah. Like, you know, I mean, like usually I go through the lineup and I look at the players and decide, okay, who do I want to put on the thumb and whatnot? And, you know, I was like, oh, I'll go with Luis Garcia Jr. And then, of course, he hits a 3-run homer. Damn it. Pitches inside. Wow, they called that a strike 3 on Jesse Winker. There's no way that was a strike 3, but I don't know if that was a makeup call or something there, but there's no way that was a strike. Pitches incredibly inside. Good framing job by Cal. Winker can't believe it. He's complaining, still shaking his head as he goes in the dugout. 2 away. Next up for the Nats, catcher Keibert Ruiz. Yeah, we might have to have him bust out that knuckle. Fuck. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. See where we're at on the likes. Hopefully we're getting close to 15. And another hit. Unbelievable. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We're 4 more away from 15, 3 more away from 15, 8 more before we hit the goal. This is rough. My goodness. Rosario with a hit when they had none. Then Meneses right after him with the hit number 2. Garcia with a 3-run homer. And now Ruiz with the 4th hit of the game in this inning. Unbelievable. Next up for the Nats, Nick Senzel, the 3rd baseman. First pitch for a strike. 0-1 count. Come on, Mariners. Get out of this inning, damn it. You can't win 1 game out of 3 against the Nats. Come on. Don't play down to the competition. Pitching needs to be better. Come on, Kirby. Come on, Miller. Come on, Castillo. Come on, Gilbert. And another hit. Fucking A, dude. We might have to pull George already. 5 hits in the inning after 0 in the first 3 innings. Unbelievable. Next up for the Nationals, first baseman Joey Gallo. Now, if we were a better hitting team, I wouldn't really care. You know, it's like if we were able to get 5 to 10 runs, 7 to 10 hits on the regular, who cares if they hit a 3-run homer? We don't care. We're going to get 5 to 10. We're fine. But the problem is a lot of games we're only getting 1 to 3 runs, and a lot of times you're not going to win games with only 1 to 3. Getting to that 4, 5, 6-run column is a lot harder for the Mariners than the average team in Major League Baseball. I don't know where Furious George is. He's gone. Furious George, wherever he is, he's not here. We had him early on, but Furious George has turned into Curious George. All right? And we're very curious. Where has the good George gone? He's not in D.C. Pitch is outside. And again, we know that his knee is not 100%. So I'm not sure, if that is a part of it, losing a little bit of confidence in himself, obviously not being able to hit the zone, and been getting roughed up in the last few starts. Big swing and a miss there, 1-1 count. Bottom of the fourth, 3-1 Nats. Runners on the corners. Come on, George, get out of this inning. No more damage. Gallo popped up. JP, finally, we stopped the bleeding. I gotta check my pulse. Okay, I'm still alive. Golly, 3-1 Nationals. End of the fourth inning, 3-1 Nats. Let's see who's up here for the Seattle Mariners. Batting next for the Mariners, 1-for-1, Mitch Haniger. Batting second, 0-for-1 with a K. Second baseman, Jorge Polanco. And batting third, 0-for-1, freshly called up from AAA, the Tacoma Rainiers, left fielder, Jonathan Clase. Come on, Jonathan. Let's go Mariners. And make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health, addiction, depression, anxiety. We go through these things on the daily. Make sure you're making the positive adjustments on your daily routine, and you can win the day. Let's go M's. Damn it. Yeah, I did see that. Lots of people up there. And again, a lot of the bodies get left there as like markers, for the other people that are climbing up there. So, yeah, that's very true. And we got the easiest schedule the rest of the way out. But I just hope that we just, put the foot on the gas, the foot on the throttle. We don't ease up. Because, again, if you ease up after playing the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Yankees, and then you go play a team that is not good in the Washington Nationals with a 21-27 record, they are not making the playoffs this year. But, again, if you play down to the competition, we could easily only win 1 out of 3. And that would not be good. So hopefully we can get some hits and runs in this and find a way to come back and win this game. Top of the fifth, 3-1 Nationals. Gore on the mound, Haniger in the box. Gore's been great besides giving up the solo dinger to JP in the first. He's got 6 Ks compared to George Kirby's 2 so far today. And when George is great, you already know he's got 5 or 6 Ks within the first 2 innings. That's when you know he's going to have a fantastic day. And then typically if he only has 1 or 2 within the first 4 or 5 innings, it's probably a pretty rough day. And right now we're sitting at a 3-1 game. Still attainable, but not ideal. Come on, Mitch. One pitch from Gore to Haniger. Chopper. Throw to first. 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, 0-for-1 with a K, second baseman Jorge Polanco. No Josh Rojas, no Luke Raley. What is going on, Scott Service? First pitch to Polanco shows bunt, takes a strike right down the middle, 0-1 count. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We need 3 more to get to 15, 8 more to get to 20. We greatly appreciate it. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday and a happy holiday weekend. O2 pitch to Polanco. Pitch is low and inside. 1-2 count. Come on, Jorge. We might have to wait for Gore to go out before we can start raking. And that's kind of a common theme for the Mariners this year. Pitch is inside. Did he go? No, he did not. 2-2 count. Ooh, it's close. He almost went around. 2-2 pitch from Gore to Polanco. Shot behind the plate. Count remains 2-2. Polanco fighting it off. Count remains 2-2. Usually don't bust out the Mariner Moose this early, but I feel that we need it. You know, we need a rally. Come on, baby. We need you. I'm not waiting until later in the game. We need it now. Come on now. Polanco chopped towards third, foul. Primo in the building. What's good? Top of the fifth, one out. 2-2 count to Jorge Polanco. Polanco popped up to center field. 2 away. Yeah, true. You know, a lot of times people do these crazy things, these rich millionaires and billionaires, you know, do these crazy things to go to the depths of the oceans or the top of the mountaintops, and there's a lot of risk there. Maybe Jonathan Clase can get it going for us. I really like this player, and like I said, I know some people were okay with him going back down to AAA, but I just thought that there could have been someone else that they could have switched over for Haggerty if they thought that that was going to be a better piece. And I like what he did with the Cincinnati Reds. He gave us that spark to get that win streak going. And again, I feel that out of a lot of the guys, he started off strong and then he kind of faded a little bit. You know, we've had guys like that in the past, but I just, you know, I like his speed, you know, and I want to see more. I'm intrigued. So again, you know, I'm not sure if he's going to ever be an everyday player for the Seattle Mariners, but again, maybe he can be a rotational guy. It seems like we got a lot of talent, you know, in the majors and in the minors, but we just have to find the right combination. And in all honesty, with guys like Garb and Polanco, I honestly wouldn't mind sending those guys down and bringing guys up. Like, it sounds like Colt Emerson got called up and he's on the roster, but he's injured. So we might actually see Colt Emerson playing for the Mariners, who is a minor league player, maybe in a few weeks. And now we got Jonathan Clase, but it all depends on what they do, if they end up staying on the roster or get sent back down to the Tacoma Rainiers or somewhere else. That pitch was incredibly outside, not even close to being a strike. And then Clase gets called with a strike 3. I don't know what this ump is doing, but everything that's off the plate by like a foot, he's calling strike 3. Not only for the Mariners, but also for the Nationals and Jesse Winker. So, well, there goes that. Let's go to the bottom of the fifth, 3-1 Nats. Yeah, I hope he makes the best of it as well. I just want to be able to get guys, you know, runners in scoring position. And, you know, we like speed guys. We don't have too many of them. And, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, but again, we got a lot of Montez, Emerson, you know, Harry Ford. You know, there's a lot of like up and coming like potential that, you know, some of these guys are going to take the spots. And I get we got guys that are more popular, bigger names. But bottom line, if Polanco and Garb are not playing well, send them down. You know, give them a reality check and bring guys like Montez and Emerson and Ford up when they're ready, you know, and give those guys a shot. You know, and regardless of money that's paid, or if they were on a big club and they were there for 10 years like Polanco was for the Twins, bottom line, those guys have sucked for us. They haven't been good. You know, Luke Raley's been great. It took him a while to get going, but he's been great for us. You know, Hollywood Rojas, no expectations. You know, filling in for Eugenio Suarez, he's been overall good, but he has hit a little bit of a slump as of late. But overall, has been a good player for the Mariners this season. It's like, again, you know, sometimes you got to make tough decisions, and sometimes it gets a little political, you know, and whatnot. But hopefully they can figure it out, the right combination of players. 3-1 Nats as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Next up for the Nationals, center fielder Jacob Young, 0 for 1. Batting second, shortstop C.J. Abrams, and batting third, the former Brave right fielder Eddie Rosario. Yeah, seriously. That's wild how many stolen bags that is. Pitch in the zone for a strike. But it's like, you know, how I don't have a lot of confidence in Castillo, Miller, and Kirby, you know, and even Gilbert is, you know, I only trust Wu right now. So if I have those trust issues, of course, we're not going to send down those big name pitchers to the minors. But, you know, for some of these other guys, you know, I know it would probably be a little bit of a shock, you know, but again, if you're not playing well, why do we continue to keep playing you? Like, at least, you know, like you mentioned, either send them to AAA or bench them. Let them rest for a week or two. And let some of these other guys come up and see what they can do. And, you know, Urias obviously is now in AAA, and he hasn't really been very good either. So, you know, we'll see. We just got to be able to keep working through, you know, all of these prospects, and eventually we'll figure out what guys are going to be there. And if Jonathan Clase is just going to be a AAA player, so be it. But again, we got Montez, we got Colt Emerson, right, and Harry Ford, and maybe those guys are going to be better than Clase. But again, we won't know until they get called up and see how they play with the rest of the squad. So some guys might get called up a little too early, play for a few games, get sent back down, and you never know. One of those guys or two of those guys might get called up and stay on the lineup moving forward. Abrams all the way to the warning track. Julio, 2 away. Yeah, Wong, La Stella, Pollock, garbage. Yeah, garbage. And then even putting Mike Ford in the DH spot, it took 60 games. Yeah, it took us 60-plus games to figure out, oh, maybe Mike Ford, a guy that's got tree trunks for legs, you know, like a Jared Vogelback, and all these like bigger guys that play DH, Carlos Santana. Those are the guys that you want at DH, but the only problem is you got Mitch Garver, who's got that same type of body frame, but he's like worse than the guys that we had prior. You know, it's like, yeah, Carlos Santana's going to strike out a lot. Vogelback's going to strike out a lot. Mike Ford's going to strike out a lot. But the difference is when they connect, they're going to hit homers. And when Garver connects, he doesn't. You know, he's going to hit a grounder. You know, so again, if you're not going to go for that big tree trunk kind of slower player that can only hit, why not go for a guy like a Tom Murphy, where it might be an everyday player or a backup player, but he's fast, and it maybe isn't a traditional DH like body size, but if they hit, that's what we need. You know, again, you know, especially if it's a guy that's going to be backing up another player like Cal, you know, again, they should have been smart enough to realize that if you got a guy like Tom Murphy, right, just because he's the backup catcher doesn't mean that he can also be a DH and be an asset to the team, instead of putting these other guys in that are a liability, where you are like, fucking A, we're not going to get anything with these guys. You know? Baseball's a long season, but again, you have to strategize. You can't be just doing the same shit over and over and over again and expecting different results. Polanco to France, 3 up and 3 down. End of the 5th inning, 3-1 Nationals. True dat. Go to the top of the 6th inning. Leading off for the Mariners, 1 for 2 with a run, RBI, and a K. The only individual to really do anything. We only have 2 hits for the game, but at least one of them was a solo dinger in the first to give us the 1-0 lead for 4 innings. J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Batting in the 2-hole for the first time, third baseman, Demo Dylan Moore. They took Julio's spot, well-deserved. And batting third, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. Like, instead of having Mitch Garver at the DH, bench his ass, right? Put Luke Raley at DH. Put Josh Rojas at DH. You know, I mean, I know it's not like conventional, but again, if you're going to give a guy a day off and you got too many guys in the outfield, or like Dominic Canzone, like, why does it got to be like Mitch Garver every single time? Like, can we give one of the other guys that you decided not to play that opportunity? Go for the guy that's hot. You know, put Luke Raley at DH if he's not in the starting lineup. Hello? Like, you know, I get it if you don't want to put Josh Rojas there because he's been a little cold as of late, but it would just make sense. You know, if you have a DH spot and it hasn't been good and you don't have Luke Raley in the starting lineup, right, put Luke or Dominic Canzone in the DH spot. Hello? I mean, me and Reflect shouldn't be able to manage this fucking team better than Scott Service. You know, but again, you know, he has listened to us a little bit on some of the strategies, but not enough. But it also doesn't help that, you know, even with all the shit that's happened, we're still in first place. You know, so again, things could always be better though. I think that's what makes it so amazing, you know, with with all things considered, you know, like injuries, pitching starting off really hot and now it's not, right? And then hitting has been traditionally bad all year, right? Can't really get 5 runs or 7 to 10 hits, right? And so that's why we're starting to rack up some of these losses, because the pitching hasn't saved us like it did before. You know, in the past, you know, the pitching would hold the teams at 2 runs or less. All we had to do was get 3, and we were winning 3-2, 4-3, right? But we're not able to do that anymore unless we got Brian Wu pitching every day. There we go. J.P. Crawford with a bloop single. Nice to see him get some hits. There we go. There we go. Pistol fingers. Nice job. Next up, third baseman, Demo Dylan Moore. But to me, you know, Raley, Demo and Raley, Canzone and Rojas all should be in the starting lineup playing together. There's no excuse for that. You know, all these guys, and if that means Haniger has to sit on the bench, you know, if he can't get his shit together, same thing with Jorge Polanco and Mitch Garver, so be it. Just because you started the year doesn't mean you're the best players in those positions now. You know, again, it's like I feel like Garv needs to go to the bench, Polanco, and even Haniger. You know, they're not playing very well. Force out to second to J.P. Crawford, 2 away. Fielder's choice. Crawford out at second. Demo grounded into the fielder's choice to third. But, I mean, I feel that we want to have the best guys available. And there's no excuse by not having Raley, Canzone, Rojas in the lineup with JP and Demo and Raleigh and France. Even though Julio hasn't been good, you can keep him there. If you're going to keep one guy that hasn't been doing good, that's the guy to keep in the lineup, you know, and then go from there. And even if Jonathan Clase starts doing shitty, send him back down to AAA and bring someone else up. Colt Emerson, Harry Ford. I know Emerson's hurt, though. But Ford and Montez, whoever, figure it out. But I think we've seen enough out of Haniger and Garv and Polanco. This shit ain't working. You know, and again, if you got lower name guys that are playing better, what are we afraid of? Nice stolen bag there. Demo, another stolen bag. 2 stolen bags today. I believe that's 8 for 9 for the season. Nice job by Demo. Giving you that Jonathan Clase speed there from first to second. I mean, think about that. If we didn't have Garv in the lineup anymore, or Polanco, even if we, had a Canzone play for Haniger, and you have, Rojas in every day, pretty much, Demo in there with JP, Raley in there, Rojas in there. I think our team batting average would improve drastically, and we would have a better chance, to get to 5 to 7 runs and 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. But if we continue to have half of the lineup that's just dog shit, well, you're going to get dog shit results. It's a long season, but we'll figure it out. Pitching was really good Virginia for us early in the season, and then it's kind of gone south a little bit. We've had, we have 5 studs, right? But only 1 is playing good right now. The other 4 are struggling, and we can't hit. We're a bottom 10 hitting team, and we were able to, get away with that early in the year because the pitching was excellent. Now the pitching is getting roughed up, and we're still having a hard time hitting, and the pitching isn't as good. So that's why we're losing games now. But with that being said, I looked at the stat sheet there, and it still says 27 and 24, first place. So that's what makes it the most remarkable of it all, is that pitching sucks overall, right? Hitting sucks. And we're still in first place over the Rangers and Astros. And we got the easiest schedule the rest of the season. So it says a lot about the Mariner organization. We got a lot to look forward to. Pitches inside. 3-2 count. Count is full. Mitch Garver. And it also doesn't help that our quote-unquote best player on the team has had a bad year in Julio Rodriguez. Imagine if Julio was the normal Julio, we would probably have 5 more wins right now, maybe even more than that. Our record would be much, much better. It would probably be similar to what the New York Yankees record is with Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, and Giancarlo Stanton. If Julio was putting up similar numbers to like Aaron Judge, we definitely would be, sitting at a much, much better record, 32, 33 wins, and maybe like 16 losses instead of sitting at 27 and 24. Facts. Garv, your DH isn't supposed to hit a little grounder like he weighs 180 pounds as a leadoff hitter. He's not fucking P. Gordon, or like Ichiro at the top. I've never seen a DH hit so weakly. You know what I mean? Like, at least, I get pissed off when we, have like Vogelback or Carlos Santana, or Mike Ford, and you get a bunch of fucking strikeouts. Yeah, but at least eventually they connect and they go yard. You're not getting that with Garv. Ridiculous. 2 away. Pitches inside. 1-0 count to Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. Let's go, baby. Moose is out. 3-1 Nats. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. We'll get a dono train hopefully going before the stream ends. Let's take a peek to see where we're at on the likes. Hopefully we're getting close to 15. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. We need 1 more to get to 15, 6 more to hit the goal to get to 20. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do that for your boy. We just got someone to do that. Thank you so much. 5 more to hit the goal. We're at 15 likes. We need to get to 20, and that's going to help our algorithm. Thank you so much. We got a runner at third, 2 outs, 2-1 count. Top of the 6th, 3-1 Nationals. And this is my fear after losing the last 2 games of the Yankees. We're playing down to the competition. Line drive, Cal Raleigh. Leave a runner stranded. And let's go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-1 Washington. Next up for the Nationals, 1 for 2 with a run and a K, DHing for the Nats, Joey Meneses. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run and 3 RBI. Second baseman, Luis Garcia Jr. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a K, the former Seattle Mariner left fielder, Jesse Winker. It almost makes you wonder, how the hell are we still in first place? But it's nice. Can't complain. Yeah, run differential is terrible this year. And usually the teams that are sitting in first or second in the division, usually are, plus 20, plus 50. Some of the good teams are going to be like plus 100, plus 80, run differential. And again, it's kind of odd when you end up being a good team and your plus minus is barely over or it's under. So 2-0 pitch to Meneses, popped up. Ty France is there, one away. Not today, Joey. Next up for the Nationals, second baseman Luis Garcia Jr. That's a cool photo. That photographer gets an A. Right when the bat is on the ball. Pretty. No home runs, man. I gotta stop thinking with my gut and my the S with the ESP. I gotta stop putting these guys on the thumb. Could have put anybody on the thumb, but no, I obviously have to put the guy that hits a 3-run jack on us. Of course I do. But I did have a feeling he was going to have a decent game today, and that's usually who I put on the thumb for the visiting. Not necessarily for our player. Usually I'll just do Julio because Julio is the most popular, and that'll grab and attract others, on YouTube and Twitter/X. Throw to first, 2 away. Yeah, not good. Next up for the Nats, 0 for 2 with a K, left fielder Jesse Winker, the former Mariner. And Kirby's really only had one bad inning, but sometimes that's all it takes, is one bad inning and then you lose. But another just kind of average performance for, Kirby, average to kind of below average, only sitting at like 3 Ks, lots of pop-ups and ground outs, but you don't feel that aura and that mystique and that swagger out of our pitchers anymore. You don't feel it out of Castillo. You don't feel it out of Miller. You don't feel it out of Kirby. And even with Gilbert, the last 3 starts, you haven't felt it. The only one that you feel that swagger and that confidence is Bryan Woo. And hopefully that confidence and swagger will rub off on the other 4. Bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Nats, 2 outs, 1-2 count to Jesse Winker. Come on, Kirby. Get to at least fucking 5 Ks or 4 Ks before the game is over here for you. Pitch is high, 2-2 count. Ain't that the truth? I mean, that's what might have to happen today. Winker with a walk. we might have to, wait for the pitchers to change, and then we might have to do like a 3 or 4 run, bottom of the 9th or top of the 9th, type of scenario. Same type of thing where we're going to have to, hopefully we can get at least 1 in the 7th or 1 in the 8th to make it a little bit easier on us, but we might need 2 or 3 runs in the top of the 9th to come back and tie or win this. That's a lot of pressure, on a team, especially when you don't got your best hitters. But I imagine, with the shit performance out of Polanco and Garb and some of these guys, if we sub in Dominic Canzone, we sub in Rayleigh, sub in Rojas, maybe that'll be the difference. But if that's the case, then why didn't those fucking guys start? Why are we starting these guys that aren't good? Let's start the guys that give us the best chance to win instead of substituting them in after, like the 7th or 8th inning. I would rather have 4 at-bats with a good player instead of maybe 1 or none or 2, towards the end of the game, pinch hitting. 2-0 pitch from Kirby. In the zone for a strike, 2-1 count. Popped up. Winker and JP having a little conversation there. Seems like Winker is very happy to see a lot of these Seattle guys. And I assume, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he's probably not really good buddies with a lot of them, but a few of them. We've seen him and Julio chopping it up earlier. Pitch into the dirt, 3-2 count. In the box, catcher Keibert Ruiz. Yeah, if we're losing and Texas and Houston are losing, then it's fine. Oh, God. Back, gone! Jesus. Ruiz with a 2-run shot. There's another shitty performance out of George Kirby. Keibert Ruiz roughing up George Kirby. 5-1 Nats. And we're going to need another miracle, couple innings to be able to come back. Next up, third baseman Nick Senzel. This pitching is ass besides Wu. Brutal. But true. We'll take that. But if we're not careful, right, and then Texas and Houston get hot, we're going to be in third place, even though we got the easiest schedule the rest of the way through. But again, if we play like this, where the pitching isn't good, even though the other team that we're playing isn't good either, but if the pitching isn't good and the hitting isn't good, I don't want to see a bunch of games like this the rest of the way. And it's definitely, you can tell the confidence in the pitchers is not the same as it was earlier on in the year. You can just tell with their body language, their eyes, their shoulders. Castillo, Kirby, Miller, Gilbert, no confidence. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's a fucking 0. Wu is like an 11, but everyone else is like a 0. Like they're just trying to get through the game instead of actually trying to dominate the game. We need Wu to pitch every single game. Just have like some kind of bionic arm. Fuck it. No Tommy John. This is not the way that we wanted to start the holiday weekend, damn it. 1-2 pitch to Senzel. Good defense there by J.P. Crawford. End of the 6th inning, the damage is done. 5-1 Nats. check out Paisley here real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, I guess so. All right, we're going to need a same kind of performance like we had against the Yankees in game number 1. And it's almost similar type of score, where we're going to have a monster effort. I mean, hopefully, for the Mariners fan base, that we can get at least like 1 this inning and maybe 1 in the 8th to make it 5-3, and then have some kind of 3 or 4 run inning in the 9th. But man, tough. Next up for the Mariners, Ty France. Top of the 7th, 5-1 Nationals. Big swing and a miss, 1-1 count. Come on, Ty. Let's get a rally going here in this inning. There we go. That was nicely hit. There we go. Nice job, Ty. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. We could really use a home run tonight, my guy. This would be a perfect time for you to get kind of going. Make the score 5-3 with 1 big swing. Come on, Julio. Big swing and a miss, bringing at that garbage at the knees. .255 average, 2 homers, 14 ribbies. That's disgusting. Like we're like 50 games into the season. Like, what are you, a single A player? Pop up, routine play. 1 away. Next up, right fielder Mitch Haniga. Come on, Mariners. Do it for me and reflect, damn it. Pitch is high. 1-0 count. .218 average, 6 homers, 23 ribbies in 2024. 1 for 2 with a single in the second for Mitch Haniga. 1-0 pitch. Pitch on the corner for a strike. 1-1 count. One pitch, low and into the dirt, 2-1 count. Damn, Young with the defense. Damn it. 2 away. Next up for the Mariners, second baseman Jorge Polanco. First pitch to Polanco, high and outside, 1-0 count. Oh for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout, batting 190. Golly, 5 home runs in 2024. Pitch is high, 2-0 count. Is that good? My God, 4? Yeah, that's going to make me sick. Big swing and a miss, 2-1 count. 1 run in the last 16. Yeah, and we lost 5-0 against the Yankees in that last game, so brutal. We only had, 3 hits in that whole game total. And today we only have 4. Can't win games like that. And just imagine if JP didn't homer, we would be down 5-0 right now. Big swing and a miss. Why is Polanco even playing? 2-2 count. Come on, Mariners. You think Mariners are going to be active at the trade deadline to pick up a pitcher or a hitter, or are we going to stand pat? Pitch is outside, 3-2 count. Count is full. Got him. Big punch out. We're at 15. 5 more likes to get to 20. Hopefully he's done. Take a look at Gore's stat line. All right, Mackenzie Gore, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, the home run by JP, only 1 walk, 8 Ks, 98 pitches total. And he only has a 2-4 record with a 3.30 ERA, but he got his ERA down to almost 2. It's 3.04 now. Golly. We got Kirby Snead coming in. He's got an ERA of almost 8. Is that good? Gosh. Next up for the Nats, 0 for 2, first baseman Joey Gallo. Batting second this inning, center fielder Jacob Young. And batting third, shortstop at the top of the order, C.J. Abrams. Yeah. Yeah. The things that we have to go through as sports fans. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, hopefully it gets better on Saturday and Sunday. But every once in a while, when it looks like everything is terrible, and then the Mariners have an amazing comeback. So, how did the Padres get Luis Arraez? How did the Marlins decide to give that kind of player up, the next Ichiro type of player? 491 average in 17 games with the Padres, 526 average during an 8-game hit streak. How did they give him up? Why would you give him up unless the contract was up and they weren't going to be able to afford him? But I don't think a lot of people even realize that Luis Arraez is on San Diego. And Jurickson Profar, Elliot's favorite player, is batting number 2 in Major League Baseball. He ended up sending me the stats of all the players in Major League Baseball, and Jurickson Profar is fucking number 2. That's wild. You never know, what might happen. But again, Jurickson Profar wasn't going to do that on the Rockies. So, all right, Kirby Snead here on the mound. Yeah, Minnesota, and these other teams, it's like, after you've seen a guy batting 350, 400 last year, which was not normal, right? Like, how do you not lock that kind of guy up for the rest of his career? No matter what the dollar amount is, that's the type of guy that you pay a shitload of money to because you know that he's going to be good, game in and game out. You're not taking a chance if you have to give that guy $100 million or $200 million or $300 million or $400 million. You know that it's going to work out. This is wild. I wish we could have a player like that on Seattle. Yeah, but even though we like to, criticize and critique the team, bottom line, Mariners are still a first-place team. And this is the first time that we've been this late in the season in first place since 2003. So we're still, making headway. And we're still, playing not the greatest baseball, but we're still sitting in first place. So that still means something. Throw to first. 2 away. Got to be able to take at least some kind of bright spot away from the, overall play that hasn't been up to our standard as fans. So next up for the Nats in the bottom of the 7th, 5-1 Washington. Shortstop, 1 for 3 with a run, C.J. Abrams. But I haven't had a player give me Ichiro vibes after he retired besides Luis Arraez. That was the only guy that I said, damn, this guy's going 4 for 5, 5 for 6, 4 for 4, 3 for 5, 5 for 6, 5 for 5, 4 for 6, batting 300 and then going to 350, then batting 400. You just don't see that anymore, and he did it almost for the whole season, which made it even more impressive. It's one thing to bat 350 or 400 for a couple weeks, but let alone month in and month out. I was very impressed. And, sometimes you get organizations that just don't realize what they have, or they're not willing to pay the money, and they want to put it somewhere else. But I guarantee that those teams that have Luis Arraez are regretting letting him go. I mean, that's an instance if you overpay for a guy, who cares if he's batting 300 to 400? That's the type of guy that you can overpay and feel okay about. Not, overpaying for a guy and then the guy bats 150. Ooh, broken bat. Base knock by C.J. Abrams. Yeah, but again, we do have the easiest schedule out of all 30 teams, the rest of the way. So as long as we play with some urgency and have a proper lineup and the pitching and hitting slightly get better, we should still be able to get first or second, and we're going to make the playoffs this year. I don't see any scenario where we don't. It just depends. Are we going to win, or are we going to be in second place as a wild card? Is it us or the Rangers? We'll find out. Next up for the Washington Nationals, the former Atlanta Brave 0 for 3 right fielder Eddie Rosario. First pitch there in the zone by Kirby Snead, 0-1 count. George Kirby's final stat line: 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Terrible. But hopefully, that knee will get better. But they're still not disclosing like what, percentage he's at. He's obviously fighting through some of the pain, but he's clearly not himself. And even if he is 100%, well, he's not 100% mentally. You got to be 100% mentally and physically. Got him. Abrams tries to steal. Bad decision. Caught stealing. End of the 7th. All right, we got 2 innings to get 4 runs. Can we do it? The one thing I will say about this Mariners squad is that even though it's not looking pretty now, we have come back from behind more times than expected this season than I can remember. Especially when you're down by big numbers, 3, 4, 5 runs. Most of the time it's like, okay, you got like a 1% chance of coming back. But it seems like every once in a while, like one game out of every maybe 5 or 6, we do come back. And we have some magical run in the 8th or the 9th inning where we do like the fucking impossible, like we did against the Yankees in game 1, where we're down by 3 or 4 runs in the 9th and we actually come back and win. But again, if we just didn't put ourselves in that kind of position as often, it wouldn't be as bad. But, we are comeback kids, from time to time, but just not every game. Top of the 8th, 5-1 Nats. Do we have a comeback in us? I don't know. We'll find out. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K, left fielder Jonathan Clase. Let's go, Jonathan. I don't really like seeing Jonathan in the 9 hole, but it is what it is. Batting second at the top of the order, shortstop with a home run in the 1st inning, J.P. Crawford. Can we get anyone else to help out besides J.P.? And batting in the 2 hole, batting third baseman, Demo Dylan Moore. Come on, Mariners. Yeah. Right. Kind of surprised that the Royals are in second place behind the Guardians. You got the Rangers and you got the Mariners, you got the Orioles and the Yankees, and then in the Central, just like in the National League, it's the most competitive, a lot of movement, right? So you got the Guardians in first, Royals in second, but the Twins are still there, right? And then obviously on the other side, you got, the Phillies and the Braves, and then you got the Dodgers, Padres are starting to creep up, and then you got the Brewers and the Cubs. So it's like, it seems like the Central in the American League and National League is going to give you the most movement, where you might have 2 or 3 teams and they're going to be moving up and down. And even teams that are towards the bottom, at one point or another, like Sarah's Cardinals, might be able to creep up a little bit. So, all right, we've got Dominic Canzone here in for Jonathan Clase, and I'm okay with that. Obviously, Clase only had 2 at-bats, but again, we need something. We should have probably pinch hit for guys in the 7th inning to actually give us a chance, but Dirty Dom in the lineup, I like that. Come on, baby. Dom can get us on the board. Come on, baby. Let's go, Dirty Dom. In the zone, Dominic Canzone. Hit a home run and get a calzone. Chopper towards first, foul, 1-2 count. Come on, Dom. Like, sub, donate, comment, and share. Help your boy out. A few more likes to get to 20. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Throw to first. 1 away. We need 6 more to get to 20. Yeah, not good. Fourteenth in run differential. Golly, it's bad. So a few more likes. Haven't got anything on the dono side yet, but we'll see if we get anything before the game ends. Pitches outside, 1-1 count. Come on, JP. 1-1 pitch, fouled off. One-two pitch. JP lined out to center, 2 away. Next up for the Mariners, third baseman Demo Dylan Moore. Thank you, Reflect. Appreciate you. Always better to get something rather to be at a donut. So unless I'm at Voodoo. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus stack, bang, bang. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to do for photos if you want any, and I got you. And we can get some Stefan photos for Megan not feeling well. Little dribbler up the middle. Wow, what a defensive play by the Nats. Wow. My goodness. Voth is coming in, relieving Kirby Sneed. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. Next up for the Nats, Eddie Rosario. 0 for 3, playing right field. No problem, anytime. I really do appreciate the two of you. You know, you guys have been so consistent, you know, and always supporting when you guys can, always coming in, and, you know, just bringing that good energy when you can. And I really do appreciate the two of you. Golly, are you kidding me? Eddie Rosario, back, gone. Well, we're not coming back in this game. Golly. Eddie Rosario making the Mariners look like we're a fucking AA team. 6-1 Nationals. Brutal. They even turned the lights off like they do in Dodger Stadium. Is that what they're doing to us now? Is that how they're rubbing it in? They literally turn the lights off just like they do in Dodger Stadium late in games when they end up going for a home run. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Who do they think they are? The Dodgers? That's salt in the wound. Jesus. Next up for the Nationals, DHing Joey Meneses. Can't take anybody for granted. And again, even though the Nationals are not a good team, but again, it's just like in sports with like the Seahawks or the Ducks or the Mariners or the Blazers. You can play the top dogs like the Orioles and the Yankees and give it all you got. You might win, you might lose, you might come back, you might get blown out. And then you play a team that you think that you're a lot better than, even though you're on the road, and you lay a goose egg like this and you're down 6-1. You know, you have to bring that energy and that winning mentality game in and game out, regardless of record. Playing down to the competition, true and true. Ranger Suarez is nice. Nola's nice. Cliff Lee. Cliff Lee had some nice outings for the Mariners and the Phillies. Cole Hamels, Roy Halladay. You guys had a little squad there. Ryan Howard and whatnot. I wish Mariners had some Nola, Suarez, Halladay, Hamels, and Lee. And I'll be doing the WWE pay-per-view tomorrow at 10 a.m. King and Queen of the Ring. Mariners play at 1, but I'm just probably going to watch that with Paisley. Hopefully it's not like this, or just a drubbing, where we're getting our ass kicked. And then on Sunday, they play at like 10:30, and we're going to probably just take the day off on Sunday, and I'll end up watching the Mariner game in the morning, and then the NASCAR Cup Series later on in the afternoon, and then we'll be back on Monday, and we're going to be doing the Mariners versus the Astros. So I know we're going to give everything we got against Houston, but hopefully we don't get swept by the Nationals, because if we play like this tomorrow as well as Sunday morning, which we don't play well, remember, we'll see. Hopefully we can win tomorrow, and we can at least win 1 out of 3, because if I had to put money on it, there's a very strong probability that we lose on Sunday bad. So we're already losing this game 6-1. I mean, obviously we got one more inning to figure it out, and if we can make a miracle happen and get 5. But realistically, even if things were good for us in the 9th, I think the most I could see us scoring is 2, and we can get it to 6-3. But the way that we've been playing, it might end up being just 6-1, or maybe even more if the Nats keep going. So. No, what's the score? Oh, wow. Look at that. Skeens isn't pitching, though. That gives you a reason to end up watching Pittsburgh baseball for the first time in a long time. You know, since they had like Andy Van Slyke and Bobby Bonilla, and, you know, they had a squad back in the day. Barry Bonds before the roids. But Skeens is must-see TV. I know some people just want to watch Skeens because they might show Livy Dunn, but I haven't seen too many pitchers come in that can throw 100, 101 consistently, but hopefully he doesn't get a Tommy John surgery within the next couple years or this year. But he's fun. Exciting for sure. You don't see guys even pitching 100 that much anymore, let alone consistently. Two pitch to Garcia. Got him. Next up for the Nats, 0 for 2 with a run, base on ball, and a K. Left fielder, the former Mariner, Jesse Winker. still throw up the S. He'd still throw up the chain. The moose will still be on the screen. Just wish we weren't down by 5. If we were down by like 2-3, then it's like not likely to come back. But I mean, we did against the Yankees. You can make 3 or 4 runs in the 9th. We've done that a couple times this season, but we're not coming back from 5. It's not happening. And I just hope that we can score at least 5 runs tomorrow, because on Sunday it might be just like this. It's really depressing, when you try to keep up with the Orioles and the Yankees and you win 1 out of 3 and 2 out of 2, 2 wins, 2 losses against the Yankees and win 1 out of 3 against the Orioles. I don't want to get swept by the fucking Nationals. Hell, even winning 1 game feels like shit out of 3, but I guess 1 is better than none at this point. Big swing and a miss, 2-2 count by Winker. Oh, seriously. Here's the question for you, Reflect. Big swing and a miss, got him. Now, what if that we never traded away Eugenio Suarez, Teoscar, and Kelenic? Is our record the same? Is it better or is it worse than we're at right now? What do you think? End of the 8th inning. Let's go to the top of the 9th. Last opportunity for the Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners, 0 for 3 with a K, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Batting second in the order, big dumper, catcher, 0 for 3, Cal Raleigh. And batting third, 1 for 3 with 2 Ks, first baseman, Ty France. Makes you think about the players that we had back in the day. And I don't think that people really, truly, fully appreciated Ichiro for his greatness when we had him. I remember the first 3 seasons of watching Ichiro when he first came up after being a professional in Japan for 7 or 8 years and then coming to the major leagues in 2001, where the guy would continuously hit 3 for 5, 4 for 5, 5 for 5, 5 for 6. We haven't had a player since then, and we probably never will, unless you get a guy like Luis Arraez, to come to the Seattle Mariners. But it's just crazy. It's like, there's not very many guys, Tony Gwynn, Pete Rose, Ichiro, that could put up numbers like that. And gosh, I just really miss it. I want to be able to have a guy like that on the roster to help uplift everyone else. Pitching rules in the MLB now. It's definitely not a hitting league. It's a pitching league. Just like in the NFL, it's like, a passing league, not a running league. It's definitely a pitching league, not a hitting league. Facts. All right, we got 5 runs to make up, Reflect. Luis Arraez, that was like the closest guy, to Ichiro, but he ain't the Ichiro. Because at the end of the day, we'll see, how much consistency Luis Arraez has. But let's say Luis Arraez plays like he has been, and he does it for another 10 to 15 years, then he'll be in the Hall of Fame. But again, there is nobody like Ichiro since Ichiro. Again, we've had guys that have, had like a season like Ichiro, but again, it's not about having a season. You have to have season in, season out, and have like 10 to 15 years of amazing baseball. So, and there's nobody like Ichiro, and I don't know if we're going to see anybody like Ichiro ever again, honestly. Unless there's another Japanese player, like Shohei Ohtani and Ichiro that we don't know about, that's, like in junior high right now, and, watching all the tape on Ichiro and Shohei Ohtani, and maybe the next phenom will come out of Japan. But, even though we've already had 2 phenoms in the last, 25 years, Ichiro and then Shohei Ohtani. But I'm okay without having Jarred Kelenic. Eugenio Suarez, I like his good vibes, but Rojas is better. You know, I feel Eugenio will get you more home runs, but he'll get you more strikeouts. And he gives you good vibes, you know, but again, you know, I would like to have Eugenio Suarez, you know, on the lineup as well as Teoscar, but, you know, I guess it just depends. Does that still mean that we have Rayleigh and Rojas or no? You know, but I don't know. I mean, I think we probably would have a couple more wins, but it wouldn't be by that much. You know, maybe a couple more, maybe 2 to 5 more wins, maybe. But it's also very possible with those same players that we have less wins or exactly the same. You know. But like I like Eugenio Suarez for his vibes and his defense, and then obviously the ability to get 20 to 30 home runs, and then Teoscar as well. Kelenic, you know, doesn't hurt my feelings that he's not on the team anymore. You know, did I enjoy those first 60 games that he had? Yes. Did I get, you know, irritated when he broke his shit, you know, with kicking the cooler, little immaturity there. So, you know, for me, I would rather have Eugenio and Teoscar back, but again, we were never going to be able to keep those guys. So dumper there to first. Nice jammage there, and then the pitcher loses the ball in the mitt. How often does that happen? Not often. Next up, 1 for 3 with 2 Ks, Ty France. Pitch is low into the zone, top of the 9th. 6-1 Nationals. Out of play, 1-2 count by Ty France. There's not very many people that are like Ichiro. I mean, we're talking like Pete Rose, Tony Gwynn, Ichiro. And I mean, we're talking about like some of the best players ever. Charlie Hustle and Pete Rose, Tony Gwynn. And then, you know, I think if you were going to make a case, those are the 2 closest to, you know, Ichiro's, you know, kind of skill set. And Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle, and obviously Tony Gwynn. But it makes it even more special because Ichiro was the first like positional player other than a pitcher to do what he does, you know, in hitting and as well as defense in the outfield. I don't think we've really seen any Japanese player do that. And then obviously now we got Shohei Ohtani doing it on pitching and hitting. So I don't know what it is about Japanese players, but they do a lot of crazy things. And throw to first, and there it is. And the lights go out. Final score, Nationals 6, Mariners 1. But we did get rid of those contracts, so yeah, that is good. Odin Sun with a 10er. Thank you, Odin. See if Odin makes an appearance in here. I'm not sure if he's in the room or if he's hopping in or not. But I will be doing the WWE King and Queen of the Ring. I know some of y'all are not wrestling fans, so but I missed the last like 3. We had one in Australia, and then we had one in France, and then we have this one. So and they're all international. One was in Australia. It was like 5 to 8 a.m., so I didn't do it. And last month was in France. I should have done that one. First pay-per-view in France ever, and the crowd was amazing. 11,000 fans cheering and chanting and singing the whole 3 hours. And then this one's in Saudi Arabia, so the crowd won't be as good. But Odin, my boy, appreciate you. I'm going to be doing the pay-per-view tomorrow morning and not doing the Mariner game at 1. And I don't know what your schedule is like. Are you able to come through tomorrow morning and watch the pay-per-view with me tomorrow or no? What do you want to see for photos, Odin? Yeah, Odin, appreciate you, man. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack, bang, bang. $10 holla. I'll stay online here for another 10 minutes or so. Get some photos up for Reflect Megan and Odin. And then again, I'll be doing the WWE King and Queen of the Ring at 10 a.m. Since it's in at Saudi Arabia, the Mariners play at 1. I'll just watch that with Paisley after. Hopefully we win. And then on Sunday, we play at 10:30. I won't do the stream. We'll take the day off on Sunday, and then I'll watch NASCAR Cup Series. I got to get my NASCAR in at least once a week. So. Awesome. I'm glad. And like I said, I feel bad for all the wrestling fans on the channel that I didn't get a chance to do the Australia pay-per-view or the France pay-per-view. The one that really eats me up inside is that France one, though, because that crowd was amazing. And again, I've watched thousands of matches, hundreds of pay-per-views. And honestly, that might have been the best crowd I've ever heard. Out of WWF, WWE, WCW, ECW, NJPW, AEW, like literally, it was one of the most enjoyable crowds ever. So, what do you want to do for photos, Odin? And then Reflect Megan, if you got anything that you want to be able to see, let me know. But let me know what you're thinking, Odin, and I got you. I'll start off with like a little Bray Wyatt action. We'll go through these photos here real quick before I delete them for Megan. Get some Stephanie in the system. Make her feel a little bit better. Crack a little smile. Mariner Moose couldn't help us out today, but hopefully we win tomorrow, and and then we'll see what happens on Sunday. But if I had to take a guess, if we have a good lineup, right? If we have a good lineup and the pitching is halfway decent, we might be able to scrape away, maybe like a 3-2 win tomorrow, 4-3, and then we'll probably get our ass kicked on Sunday because we play at like 10 in the morning. And we already know what happens when the Mariners play in the morning. We're not good. So, oh yeah, I'll be watching that too. The crowd is pretty good. Did they do Raw, SmackDown over there, or are they just doing SmackDown? How many days have they been in Saudi Arabia? Did they do Raw over there also? Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and then they're trying to make it like a whole event? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen them do so many international pay-per-views in a row, but it seems like half of the pay-per-views this year are international. But again, the fans are better over there most of the time, right? And then obviously we're going to have one in Canada coming up here pretty soon too. So like half of them are going to be in America, but hell, they better step their game up here in the United States. Otherwise, a chunk of the pay-per-views are just going to be over there, overseas. Better crowds, better support. But I appreciate the support, Odin. Excited to be able to do the pay-per-view for tomorrow. Anything specific that you want to see band-wise, music-wise, wrestler-wise, you let me know. But we can always just start it off with a little Braves for you. And I'll stay on here for another 10 or 15 minutes, and then I got to, take Paisley for another walk and then kind of contemplate this fucking loss of 6-1 Nats. Oh, you did. Nice. European stream. Shout out to Megan, shout out to Reflect, and shout out to my boy Odin. Appreciate you guys. Legend right there. What's the match that you're looking most forward to watching? The Sami Zayn, Gable, Bronson Reed? That one might be the sleeper of the pay-per-view, don't you think? That's what I was thinking. Good choice. Cool graphics for their photos and their promo stuff. Sure. Three guys in the front look like offensive linemen. Florida Panthers, New York Rangers 1-1 after one. I like the squad all wearing black too. Appreciate you, Odin. See if I can get at least one more. Luckily, a lot of these are converting over. Sometimes, I'll go through certain topics or, things or people. Sometimes I have to go through like many, photos to get them to convert. But luckily, these ones are all kind of easily transitioning over. Oh, that's a cool one. Who's going to be the new head coach? That's the real question. Who will it be? And who will hire Hack? Will he get hired by someone else, or is he out of a job for a while? That's another question. All right. Anything else that you guys want to be able to see? Oh, I bet. How old is your daughter now? That was her first concert, right? From the photos and video that you shared, it looked like she had a blast. So. Mentals, yeah. We'll see what happens. Hopefully he ends up getting a job if he wants to coach still, and hopefully the Kraken end up making a decision at some point so we can figure out what we got going on moving forward into next year. John in the building, what's good? Weather delay? I was wanting to see what you guys were going to do against Imanaga. I wish the Mariners had a pitcher like that. You know, everyone talked about Yoshinobu from the Dodgers, but I don't think anyone anticipated that Japanese pitcher being one of the best in the world. You know, and sounds like you guys are in a rain delay, right? No worries. Take care of yourself. You know, mental health is very important, as you know. Did you get a chance to start the game at all? But it hasn't even started yet. The rain was so bad, it hasn't even started. First medal. Okay. And then I know the Rangers and the Florida Panthers end of the first period 1-1. So at least the Rangers got a goal. And we didn't have double overtime like last night where I had like a 4-hour stream and whatnot. Ed Sheeran. I've heard that, you know, I've seen a lot of stuff on him, but that guy's incredibly talented. Ed Sheeran. Yeah, Buck. Yeah, getting you know, Harry Carey's, you know, obviously lineage and you know, Buck's lineage, and then having both of them call a game based on what they're obviously you know, fathers and, you know, and whatnot, and people that were above them that used to partner up and do games together and whatnot. Too bad it's raining and whatnot. So hopefully, do they have what time was the game supposed to start for the Cubs was it supposed to start like a couple hours ago? Hopefully you guys get some kind of action. Anything else that you want to be able to see, Odin, for your dono? And then I'll be live for WWE King and Queen of the Ring at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So I'll have to wake up extra early, take Paisley for a walk and whatnot. So. Oh, really? Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, he's so talented that Ed can like work with anybody. You know, it could be like rap, like with Eminem. You know, it could be with like a metal band or a rock band. It could be like poppy. Like you could literally put Ed with like any genre of music, and he'll be able to either write lyrics and write a song, or he could, you know, sing a hook, you know, or he could be, you know, singing, you know, in the background for, you know, whatever. Like the guy is uber talented. There's not very many people that are that good at writing music, singing music, and being able to kind of cross over in any type of genre, and people don't think it's like weird, you know, like he's so talented that he can kind of mirror wherever he's at and find a way to be successful. And I don't think there's that many people that you could say that of, that could be a chameleon with different types of music. Very, very uber talented. Good old Ed. I'm not sure if there's anyone else that could do what he does, to be honest. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, that is that talented of a writer, as well as a vocalist, and to be able to be a chameleon in any genre, and he could do commercials, he could do movies, like whatever they need, his input on, for like a music track or like a melody or whatever it is, something catchy and gimmicky, like very special. And I think a lot of people don't realize how many songs that he's written for a lot of people's favorites. You hear a lot of stuff like through like Justin Bieber and a lot of these people, and then they don't even realize that Bieber didn't write the song. Ed did. Like you go through and you look to see on how many different things that Ed is, credited for. I don't think a lot of people, unless you're a diehard and you look through all the information, but I think there's a lot of people out there that don't realize like how many people that he's been able to link with to be able to help take their career to the next level, based on, him writing the song or helping out in a project. Anything else that you guys want to be able to see? Odin, anything else you need to see, brother? But I'm super hungry. I need to eat something. I haven't ate anything in quite a few hours. Final score, Nationals 6, Mariners 1. I got another walk that I need to be able to do here with Paisley as well. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Hopefully the Mariners can get a dub tomorrow. And again, I'll be doing WWE King and Queen in the Ring at 10 a.m. Pacific, and that'll be about for 3 hours. And then Sunday we'll have the day off, so I'll watch Mariners and NASCAR Cup. And then we'll be back at it on Monday for the Mariners versus the Astros for like a 3 or 4 game set. I have to look ahead to see where we're at. But I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very much. Shout out to Megan, Reflect, and Odin. Love you guys, as well as John. And I got one question for you. Who talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Dang.